training room, a place to get all of your answers to all of your questions with running a successful home business. My name is Christine Dwyer, and I am the president of Platinum Presenters, but also a Beachbody coach. And I wanted to welcome and introduce to you guys Mr. Craig Holliday. He is an expert in network marketing. Say hi to everybody.
Howdy, everybody.
Yes, he does talk. So, he's over here in Rochester, New York. We've been spending the weekend doing some business, and he's just here chilling before he heads off to Orange County. So I wanted to start with a question and answer type of interview process and take control over this mind and expert that we have here to answer some of your questions. So one of the first questions that we have is, how do you talk to people about this business when they have no idea about any of the products or any of the workouts or any of the Shakeology products? I'll put that away.
Okay, so now that we got our microphone, we can answer the question. You know, I think I actually prefer to talk to someone about the business without them knowing anything about it. That would be my preference. Like if I meet someone in a Starbucks, I'd rather talk about my business and my marketing company that I own. And if I can sit down with someone without any knowledge of the products and any knowledge about what it is, that's the greatest point for me, because now I can start with a fresh mind. A lot of people, if they get a little bit, like say somebody knows P90X, that's not the whole story. Shakeology is not the whole story. The bigger picture is the mission of the business, Shakeology, personal change, personal growth, owning your own business. So I don't think it's a detriment to sit down with someone who doesn't 100% know what anything is. I'm good with that.
Okay, cool. All right, our next question is posing to pretending you're a coach, because obviously Craig is not a coach.
Nope.
What would you do every day in your business?
Great question. I think one of the things I tell people when you own your own business, first of all, you got to take ownership of it, which means that you have to have your tasks done the night before for what you're going to do. That's where I talk a lot about, and some of you have heard me speak about time management and managing your time and having your tasks done the night before. So in this business, you have to control the things you can control. I can't control who gets in my business, but I can control how many people I talk to tomorrow. So my tasks are always based on what I can accomplish, so that I know at the end of a week, if I've done everything I set out to do, then that's in my control. If I say I'm going to sponsor 5 people this week or sign up 5 people, I can't control that. But I can control 10 presentations. I can control if I have to take 20 people to show 10 presentations, I can control that. If I'm going to go out tomorrow and meet 5 people, I can do that. So if I write down on my task list, meet 5 people tomorrow, that means at the end of the day, if I meet 4, I failed. So you have to write things down, whether it read 10 pages. You know, get up and be alert to life. Go out and say, I'm gonna get business cards for 5 people today. Whatever those goals are, you have to put tasks down. I always say 10 things every single day in the business, but they're the 10 things that you can control. You know, I can call and get a new customer. I can call a customer I've already got and try to sell them more products. I can go out and every single day I can meet 5 new people. You know, if you're alert to life, because the people are out there, you just have to be willing to talk to them. So I think the biggest thing is, number one, you have to write down what you're going to do, and Shalene's huge on that, our task list every day. But sometimes we write down things we can't control, and then if you don't check them off, you're lucky and you don't have to worry about it. But what I want you to do is either give yourself a chance to win or fail. If I write down 10 things I can do, and I know I can control that, and I do 8 of them, I failed that night, and I didn't go to bed a success. If I write down 10 things I can do and control, and I check off 10, I had a lot of success. So it's taking ownership of your business, it's having your tasks written down, it's using your calendar effectively, and then it's doing every single day what you need to do 5 days a week, 6 days a week, whatever amount of time you're going to build your business.
How do you teach your coaches to get it and to follow through on that action?
I think the thing in getting the business is, first of all, it's getting your dream, and it's getting a reason to build it. That's always the starting point. Nobody's going to get it until they have a reason to get it. And so I think the first part is, it goes back to the dream. Why are you in the business? What do you want from it? You know, it's that thing you're going to go after more than anything else in your life. The DNA, the determined natural ambition, the thing you can't not succeed in this business. You know, it's that whole thing of in our lifetime, whether we build our lives now with that DNA and we accomplish what we want, or we regret it when we're 60 years old, but it's not going to change. We still have the desire for those things. So I think the big part is getting the dream, and then second of all, it's understanding the business, understanding the wholeness of it. And I mentioned that, I think, on one of the questions a minute ago, and that is, it's not P90X, it's not Shakeology, it's not Insanity, it's not TurboFire, it's not the mission of the business, it's not the pack, it's all of those together. So I think once I see people getting an understanding of seeing how it changes people's lives emotionally, physically, and getting the bigger picture of what we're about, because we're not just about selling product, we're about changing lives. We're about people having an opportunity to go from here to here, and you're in part of that process in their lives, and you get to walk that journey with them. And so that becomes, once they get it and they realize, you know what, this is what I was made to do. I know that because your significance in your life will come from the success of other people. So getting it is about not being about you, it's about being about others. And I think once you understand that whole mission that you're a part of, and you realize that this business rewards you for your significance in the lives of others, once you understand that, it's easier to get the business.
So the next question is always about starting conversations. So how can you start a conversation with someone that's going to move past 30 seconds?
I think the biggest thing is you got to ask questions. You can't be the person who is the one talking all the time. You got to approach someone, and I've learned to be great at asking a question to someone, and then they'll ask me a question back, and I'll ask them another question. So it's not like it's like I'm trying to get information out of them. I'm showing them I care about them, and that easily goes beyond, because most people are dying to talk about themselves. Most people would love you to know more about them, and all you have to do is open that door up. Perfect example, I was at Staples not too long ago buying a printer for my secretary, Emily. And we went in there, I met this girl, knew a lot about printers, she was a little bit overweight, she was probably 25 or something, and so she was sitting there, and I was talking about her job, and I said, gosh, you're really good at what you do. I said, do you love what you do? And she said, oh, absolutely not. And then I asked this is the magic question, what would you really like to do? What would you really like to do? And her answer was, I want to be a photographer. And I said, a photographer like what? Like the kind where you open your own studio and take pictures of kids and stuff? She said, oh, no, like National Geographic, like going to Africa or to Afghanistan. And she got so passionately excited about that. And so we ended up, Emily ended up giving her number because she was a coach. And so anyway, long story short, all I said was, do you like what you do? No, what would you really like to do? That's a magic question when you're prospecting people, because 80% of the people don't like what they're doing. So when you say, what would you really love to do? And you ask it with that kind of passion, not just what would you like to do? It's like, what would you really love to be doing? Maybe for a mom who's working and she has kids, she goes, I just want to be home with my kids. Right? That's an opener for me. Now I would simply take the next step from there and say something like, we should get together sometime and talk, because you know what? I work with people just like you that don't really love what they do, but want to do something greater or something different with their life. And you know what? I'd love to sit down with you for a half hour and show you some of the stuff I'm doing. So I think that, it's a real simple thing. If you ask the questions and then ask them, do you love what you do? Most people don't say, what would you really like to be doing? And when people get a chance to answer that, you learn a lot about them, and now you can take it to the next step.
Okay. So now this next question is asked quite frequently, and kind of stems off of the one we asked previously. But how do you re-engage your coaches or get them to really kind of, take a step in doing this business? So for instance, they say they want to do it, but how do you really kind of get them engaged?
I think the thing with that, again, it has to go back to what is it they're looking for? On my How to Start a New Coach Effectively, where I call them and say, what do you want and when do you want it? I mean, what is it that you want? Because sometimes we make a mistake as a coach, and we go out there and we try to tell them what they're going to do. You need to go emerald right away. You need to go diamond in 90 days. They may not want to do that. They may not even understand what that is. So the only way I'm going to win over that person, and I believe be able to really help them, is I got to find out what do you want from this business. What is it you're really looking for? And the important part of that is it's got to be a conversation. It can't be, I'm not going to email you, what do you want? I'm not going to send you a text, what do you want? I need to converse with you and say, I'm committed to your success. I'm committed to what it is you want to build and what you want in your life. But I got to know what that is. So once I establish their dream, then my next goal is we need a game plan. Whatever that game plan is. And then I also tell them, you know what, we're in this together. Because if I'm going to drive the business with you and help coach you in this business, then I promise you, your dream's going to become my dream. That's how committed I am. I'm going to get you to the lake. I'm going to help you build your business and along the way. But I just got to find out what it is that you want. And then we need to give a step-by-step game plan for them to do it where they're confident in us. If we do anything wrong, most of us as coaches, we're afraid to lead. We don't want to be strong. We're afraid, oh, I don't want to blow them out. Well, you're not going to blow them out. You're going to lead them, right? And if you want to coach somebody and you want to see them succeed, then let them rest in you and trust you that you're going to tell them every day what they need to do, create accountability, and then walk down that road with them. Don't try to, don't allow, if they tell you they want it, then don't allow yourself not to take charge, with posture and leadership and lead them to where they want to go. Because then as that happens, their confidence builds in you much more than ever. So in the beginning, you're their coach, but what does that mean? And all of a sudden, when you take charge and you go down the road with them, and then all of a sudden, if you're going to build their business the first 30 days, like I teach, you're going to have success, right? And I'm going to help you go emerald. And then we're going to be on our way to diamond, and all of a sudden, you're going to be in the flow of this thing going, whoa, now I get this. So it's me taking charge of your business as my business and growing it. Because really, if I sponsor you, okay, you're my personal sponsor, but those people under you, that's my business too.
Right.
So I want to help them grow, right? And I want to help work with them. So again, it's watering at the deepest level, but it's tell me what you want, and then we're going to get a game plan, and I'm going to be the one to run with it. And if you trust me, we'll have a big business, right?
Is people are so passionate about doing this business, myself included, that I actually myself even struggles with turning it off when you're at home, because this is a home-based business. So how can you kind of work with someone who has a hard time turning it off and still being engaged in their life, like their family and their household and all that?
I have a saying, be where you are. Okay, be where you are. And for a lot of us that are successful and our minds never stop and we're aggressive and we want to win all the time, we're not good at that. Okay, so we're like here thinking about this and here thinking about this. And again, really the key, Christine, is going back to your time management again. And knowing I've got downtime, I've got shut off time. Right? Now, it doesn't mean your mind isn't thinking about things, but if you say hypothetically, you say on Sundays from noon until 8 at night, my kids go to bed, I'm not picking up my phone. I'm not going to my email. I'm not going to video anything. I'm shutting down for that time. For somebody like you and me, we're going to have to get trained in it because we're not going to be good at it. Right? But what it says when you don't is my priorities are all screwed up, right? Because we say family, we say, we want our people in our business to know that our life is balanced in the sense that we have priorities apart from Beachbody. You're not building the Beachbody business, just to be in Beachbody. You're building it for lifestyle and time with your family and travel and all those kinds of things. And until we separate that out and we force ourselves to have downtime so that we can, it's like an R&R. I mean, if you're in Vietnam, they send you to Hawaii for 3 weeks for R&R to get geared up to go back and fight. In this business, you need that. You can't survive without it. You're not that good. I don't care how strong you are. And you know as a leader, when you're tired and burnt out, you're short with people.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, God, I got to see them at this meeting. Oh, my. And they come up to you and you just want to bite their head off, right? Because you just, oh, no, like they're sucking your neck or something.
Never do that.
No, yeah, but I would, right? And so my point is, you're the best when you're rested. You're the best when you've regrouped. You're the best. And you know what? It's kind of like as a leader, we owe it to our people to have that time. We owe it to our people. And we can't go at this, you can't do anything 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And believe me, when I built my business, I went hard. But I knew when I was burnt out. I knew when it was time for me to step away and get a few hours to myself, quiet time, reading or whatever. And if you want to be big in this business, you're going to need to be where you are and learn how to do that. And again, I keep saying it, but it goes back to time management, to managing your time. Writing in your calendar, here's my downtime, right? This is my downtime. Nothing's going to take the place of that. This is my time with my kids. I'm not going to have a phone. I'm not going to have anything. Instead of being at a baseball game, my kids and doing this. Oh, I got to get this coach. I got to, you have to be able to do that and that's what really makes you successful is when you learn to manage your life that way and you give yourself a refreshment time so you can be better next time you're with people.
Well, this has been fabulous. I'm honored to have you here and helping everybody with your questions. Hopefully now you guys can get out there and start putting this out into your game plan and get your action going on your business. So check in next week. We're going to have more of your questions answered. See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Take care. Here's baby.
Another video. How we look. How I look mostly at you.
No, you look great. I look terrible. You look awesome.
Just me.
Yeah, I need spray tan.
Ready? Am I in the shop? Okay.
You're out.
Am I okay? Is how my hair looks?
You're good. Hey, just go.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's good. No, it's good. You get your lips on. You got your lips on. You're good.
Okay, right?
Totally good, yeah.
Hot.
Yeah, it is hot. Is that microphone that lit out?
Where's my fleece? Can't change now though.
I know. You must be sweating. I'm sweating in this.
This is how I go to bed after all of this.
You do?
Yes.
Oh my God. You ever read that? Is this on? Is this on right
now?
It is.
Oh,
yes. You ever read that thing on When the Honeymoon's Over? It's like when you wear sweats to bed. Like you wear hooded sweatshirts. That's not a good thing. Okay, go ahead.
I can be warm.
Yeah,
okay.